Hey guys, Proper English here, and welcome back to Proper Rock. As you can see, I've finished setting up the pixels for our screen. So this thing is pretty cool looking. I'm really enjoying looking at it from the outside of the mountain because it's crazy to see all of this jungle and then, oh hey, the back of a redstone screen, a bunch of pixels and a creeper in the tree. We've got a creeper in the tree. Alright, we're gonna go get that creeper. So let's see if we can get over there without too much difficulty. I should probably eat first and have full health when I go fight our creeping friend. Let's do this. Wonder if I can make that. Nope, can't make it. Alright, so we're gonna have to find our way over to that creeper. I figure if he can get into the tree, I can get into the tree. I see him. I think he sees me. Alright, let's go for this. I'm about to blow up some trees, I'm sure. Well, that was uneventful. I thought he was going to blow up. I missed that second swing, and I was like, uh-oh. But I guess that he saw my awesome screen and he was like, you know, I can die happy now. Anyway, let's get started hooking this up because, yeah, this is going to rock. All right, now before we get back to working on this screen, I want to show you something that I think will be really useful for you. When I press this button, I've got plenty of time to start walking through the door, mess it up, walk into a wall, and still make it through the door. That's really useful for me because, you know, I'm always walking into walls and, yeah, it's a mess. And if we open up our floorboards, we can see not dead creeper bodies, but some redstone. And what this is doing is extending the amount of time that this button opens the door. And so when I press the button, we send the pulse down into this loop. And even after the button is off, it keeps going around for a bit. And so this is a nice little pulse sustainer. So it makes the pulse longer. Take some comparators, send them in a loop, and then you have to set it up so that there's one part that has two pieces of redstone. And you can add as many comparators as you'd like. This one has 3 because I think that's long enough for me to figure out how to walk through a door. And so I'm going to close this back up and we can check out, actually I'll have to set it up, but we'll get a diagram going, well, down here after I kill some zombies and that spider. Probably should light this up a bit more because I really don't want spiders and zombies and creepers down here. Creepers would really mess up this awesome screen. Let's see if I can get him. He's moving kind of fast. There we go. I don't even know how many shots. There we go. All right, we'll fire that there and take it right out of the ground. All right, so I'm going to jump down here like that. That's exactly what I was intending to do. Just jump down. And we'll get a little diagram set up. All right, so I set up a diagram over here, and this is what I want the screen to display. There are 3 different images. The first one will show up when it's nighttime. It's this creeper face, and this tells me that there are mobs outside and I should go hit them in the face with a pickaxe or with my axe or really with a shovel. Face to shovel combat is where it's at. It's pretty funny. Some people hit things with swords. I think it's much more fun to swat a creeper with a shovel. And so I need to know it's shovel time. Then, when it's daytime, when the sun is coming up, we need to see that, you know, the best part of the Minecraft day is about to happen. This is when all of the mobs get set on fire, and I want to go outside and watch them run around and scream and try to cool off in some water where I am waiting with my shovel to swat them. Then, when it's getting really bright outside, this is when I want to chill out at the beach, so I need to know it's time to throw some sunscreen on, get a towel, and go down to the beach. That's when these rays show up, and they tell me it's time to chill out. And so I'm going to set this screen up so that I can display these different images, but I want to do it in a way that conserves redstone. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out parts of the images that overlap. So most of this creeper face overlaps with the sun in dirt. Okay, so the part that doesn't overlap is over here and over here. So if I control these 2 pixels separately from the rest of the creeper face, I can just turn most of the creeper face on along with the rest of the sun when I want to display the sun. And then when I want these sun rays to come on, I just add these pixels. And so that makes things super simple, and it should save me some redstone. So I'm going to go do all the boring stuff and get that set up, and we can check out how this looks. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited because I'll know when it's shovel time. That's the best thing ever. I thought I'd show you a little bit of what this process is like, because it is kind of fun, even though it's a long way down. I mean, I guess that's what makes it fun. And it's sort of nice because I've got this water down there, so anytime I'm just feeling like jumping, I can do one of these and I'm all good. Come down, hang out with my sheep pals, and make them go for a swim. And then it's easy to get back up. I've got these ladders here. I actually had one too few ladder. And yeah, so I've got some vines, and I'll add another ladder later. But this is an easy way to get back up. So yeah, I'm having some fun doing this kind of build. It's nice to get a change of scenery, right? Normally when I do something like this, there aren't trees around. This is cool. And you can see, actually, take a look over here quickly. I've been running around putting glowstone on top of all the trees. I've still got quite a few to do, but it looks cool. And yeah, so I'm gonna jump back over here and throw down some more cobblestone and redstone. We're pretty far along. It won't be too much longer. See you in a bit. I've just discovered the most frustrating part of building large redstone creations in survival. I cannot reach my supplies. I fell off, and my trusty shovel, my pickaxe, and some of my redstone are just kind of floating there. I wonder if I can get them. Yeah, I can get them through here, but I got some of them. Let's see if I can get the rest of that redstone. No, I might have to break some stuff to get it. But yeah, this is the fun part, right? These little things where it doesn't go so smoothly and you have to break a few things. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. They could have just, bounced along and gone all the way in there, and that would have been a bit more of a hassle. But yeah, I got my stuff. So we'll fix this up. Hopefully I won't leave any bugs around. And there we go. I just wanted to show you that. That was not fun. I've set up 2 of the 3 screens that we're going to see, so I thought I'd take a break and show you them. So this is our creeper face. I think this is looking pretty cool. It's actually kind of funny to see a creeper face in a circle. That's a little out of the ordinary, but I like it. Then, if I come out here and flip a couple of levers, I think we need to turn this guy off, this guy on, and this one down here on. Then we can come back inside, and it'll be a little different. Actually, a lot different. Completely different, really. And here we go. This is our sun. All right, so this one is the sun that'll show up when it's daytime. When it changes to the morning, it's not full screen. It doesn't have any rays, but the sun's coming up, so it's starting to get bright outside. Now, I want to get your opinion on the 3rd screen. So I'm going to throw down a couple of levers, and we'll take a look at what I'm thinking. I don't even know how it's going to look yet. I haven't tested it. So let's check this out. All right, so I tried adding some rays to this, and it looked pretty bad. So change of plans. I'm going to ask you what to do. Do you guys have any ideas for how I can make this look awesome when it's bright out? Let me know, because I don't want to just light up the whole screen. I want to do something else. So if you've got an idea, let me know, and maybe I'll use it. For now, though, we're going to hook up our daylight detector and the logic that will switch between the different screens. And so I've been looking around for a good place to set this up, and I think I found it. I think what I want to do is come up here and throw a daylight detector on top of this tree. It's unobstructed, so we should get perfectly clear daylight coming through. And then I think I'm going to clear out this area over here and set up the logic right in here. I should have enough space to set the whole thing up. So I'll break down some walls, break down the ceiling, just destroy a bunch of stuff, and run the wires into here and then out over to the screen. So I'm going to do that. All right, so I think I should have enough room to build everything I need here. So we'll have the last one here. I think this is 7 long. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, it should be starting over here. And we'll start by tossing a torch right here, and this is going to go over here into our output. Actually, let's make this a little bit longer, because I think it might extend beyond this platform just a little bit. All right, so this is our first output. This is the one that'll tell us when it's nighttime. And actually, we don't want a comparator. We just want a repeater there. This is just to sync everything up because there's some delays here and we want everything to happen at the same time. It doesn't really matter, but I guess it's just habit, right? Because I build all these things that actually depend on timing, and when I'm in here, even if they don't, I like to set it up that way. So this is where the input comes in from our daylight sensor. And we send it over here. Actually, let me set up a little bit of scaffolding. I'll just use this. And we're going to send it down a line like this. I think this should go 1, 2, I don't even know how many it goes. We'll get back to that later. All right, and so we want this one to be on when the light level is less than 7. And to do that, we want signal strength 0 and signal strength 1 to turn it on. And so what we can do is we can set up a torch here. Then we'll have that feed into another torch over here, like this. And so now, if it's 0, this will be on. But if this guy's on, we can test that over here with a torch. So when it's 1, it'll also be on, even though this guy's off. And I used 2 torches here for a reason, because when it gets to light level 2, we want to turn this output off because the next one's going to go on. And so what we're going to do is, let's throw down a repeater coming off of this thing. Grab the repeater this time, not the comparator. And so we send that directly into here. And so now, if the signal comes this far, it turns that first output off. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is when it gets to light level 3, that's when it's starting to get bright outside, and that's when I want that small sun to turn on. And so all we're going to do is we're going to pull an output. We don't need to turn this one off at any point because we're just going to add more pixels when it turns to super bright. Although it can be changed if we need to turn this one off. We'll worry about that later. For now, I'm just going to set this up so that we've got our output. All right. And then for our last one, we want the last one to turn on if the light level is a full 15, and I think that's after 7. Okay, so let's work backwards here. Let's move this one over. Keep everything kind of even. All right, and now Oops. Toss some redstone down. And let's count. We've got 4. So that's 5. This is 6. We'll come 1 over this way. And that is 7. And and again, throwing those comparators all over the place. Clear out a vine. That should be good. We can just toss a repeater over here. I should probably just, I should just move this on my hotbar, right? There we go. Of course, I do that when I'm done, right? Okay, so now when the light level gives off a signal strength of 7, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 or higher, this output turns on. And now, if we do need to change this later so that we can turn this one off, all that I need to do is set up a torch here, a torch over here, and then have an output going, and then have this full signal of 7 come over and turn the second torch off. So that will turn this output off when we get a strong enough signal. But for now, this is fine. And so I was actually kind of looking at this before. I think it makes much more sense to just put the daylight sensor like right over here. We'll put it right on top of this glowstone. I know it doesn't line up perfectly, but yeah, I'm going to put it on the leaf. And I think that should be clear. If it's not, I can clear out some leaves up there. And now all we need to do is set up some wire going right over into this comparator. And how can we do that? We can just throw down some redstone. And actually, let's do it a little differently. We'll use a comparator, some redstone, and then a block. And that is all of our logic. And so you can see that right now it's nighttime, so this first output is on. And we're going to run that signal over so that a creeper face turns on. Let's wait through the night and we'll see what happens when the light level turns up a bit. Alright, so the sun is coming up and we can see that this first output is still on because we're getting a signal strength of 1. And now if we wait just a little bit, see how fast this thing goes. This guy over here is going to turn off. Okay, so there we go. We've reached a signal strength of 2. So now this one's off. And if we wait just a little bit longer, we're going to turn this guy over here on, and that will show us the sun image. So we're switching from creeper phase to nothing to there we go. There's when the sun is going to turn on. And this thing works. Looks pretty cool. So I'm going to bust this, and then we can watch what happens on the inside. Alright, so it's nighttime. We see our creeper face. There's 1 pixel over there. I must have broken something that I guess I'll have to go fix it, but you can see the sun is coming up. So any second now, this should turn off. And then a few seconds later, we'll get our sun coming up. So this is the first time I'm watching this. I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys are excited too, because I just built this gigantic screen. If you're not excited for it, then oh, there it goes. All right, wait for it. Wait for it. Waiting. There we go. The sun is up. Mobs are burning. And it's time for me to go jump in a river and beat them with a shovel. So, thanks for watching. Remember, let me know what you think the full bright sun should be. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Because I need ideas, right? I mean, I can do all this redstone, but I don't know what would look good as the bright sun. So, I need you guys to tell me that. I will see you guys next time.